podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. We're tackling something today that I think a lot of you might be struggling with, and that's that feeling of being stuck when it comes to speaking English.
Yeah, you can understand it, you can read it, maybe even write in English pretty well.
Right, but then when you actually have to open your mouth and speak,
It's like hitting a wall.
it is. It's like, where did all my English go?
Totally.
So what we're going to do in this deep dive is break down 10 daily habits.
Yes.
10 simple things you can do every single day that will help you move past that stuck feeling. And honestly, they might even change the way you speak English forever.
It's really about making English a natural part of your life, not just something you study.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, cram for an exam or anything like that. It's like little things you can do each day to build that fluency muscle.
I love that, the fluency muscle.
So are you ready to uncover these 10 powerful habits?
Let's do it.
Let's dive in. Habit number 1 is all about thinking in English.
Ooh, this is a good one.
What happens to a lot of English learners is they get stuck in this translation loop.
Right, going back and forth between their native language and English.
Exactly. You see a tree, you think tree in your native language, then you translate it to tree in English.
And that takes time.
It takes so much time. And it makes speaking feel so much harder than it needs to be.
It really does. It's like you're always a step behind.
So how do we break free from this translation trap?
By training ourselves to think directly in English.
Okay, so how do we do that? I mean, it sounds pretty abstract.
You know what? Start small. As you go about your day, try to label things you see in English. See a cat.
Cat.
Exactly. Someone's drinking coffee.
That person's drinking coffee.
Yes. You don't need to make these complicated sentences.
Just single words or very basic phrases.
That's it. Just getting those direct associations happening in your mind.
So what's a good exercise that people can try, like, right now while they're listening?
Okay, look around the room you're in right now. Just pick 3 things you can see.
Okay, I see a lamp.
Lamp, good. What else?
A bookshelf.
Perfect.
And a window.
See, you're doing it. You're thinking in English.
I am. It's actually kind of cool.
It is. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes.
So basically, we're kind of rewiring our brains to think in English, which then makes speaking it so much easier.
Exactly. You're building that fluency muscle without even realizing it. Now, for those of you listening, think of a specific time in your day where you could try this. Maybe while you're cooking dinner or commuting to work. Just 5 minutes here and there can make a huge difference.
All right, on to habit number 2. And this one sounds really cool. It's called the shadowing technique.
I love this one. It's so effective for improving your pronunciation and fluency.
Okay, so what is shadowing? I've never actually heard of this.
Basically, you're going to listen to a native English speaker, and you're going to try to copy exactly what they're saying.
Like a parrot?
Kind of.
Yeah.
But you're not just repeating the words, you're trying to imitate their pronunciation, their intonation, their rhythm.
Wow, so you're really trying to sound just like them.
You got it. And the cool thing is, this trains your mouth to move in the same way as a native speaker, so your English starts to sound more natural and effortless.
Okay, I'm interested. Walk us through how to do it.
Okay, so first, find a short audio or video clip, maybe 10 to 15 seconds long.
What kind of clip? Like from a movie?
Sure, a movie, a podcast, a YouTube video, anything with clear audio.
Keep it short though, right?
Yeah, keep it short and manageable.
Okay, then what?
Listen to it a couple of times to get the gist of what they're saying.
Okay, got it.
Now, here's the fun part. Play it again, and this time, try to speak along with them.
Speak at the same time?
At the same time, like you're their shadow, try to match their speed, their pauses, everything.
Wow, that sounds like a challenge.
It is, and it might feel awkward at first, but that's totally normal. You're basically training your vocal muscles to do something new.
So the benefit here is that we're actually physically practicing the sounds of English, which helps us sound more like a native speaker.
Exactly. And the best part is you can shadow any kind of English content you like. If you love watching movies, shadow your favorite scenes.
I love this idea.
If you enjoy podcasts, shadow your favorite hosts. It's like adding a little workout to your regular English consumption.
I'm definitely going to try this one.
Do it! It's such a fun and effective way to improve.
Okay, moving on to habit number 3. Speak out loud every day. Now, this might seem pretty basic, but I think a lot of people skip this step.
I think you're right. People tend to focus a lot on reading and listening, but speaking is like a muscle. You have to use it to get stronger.
It's true. It's easy to get stuck in your head and just think about English, but actually producing the sounds is a whole different ballgame.
It is. So what can we do to make sure we're speaking out loud every day?
Well, it doesn't have to be complicated. You could just describe your day as you go about it, like, I'm making breakfast, or I'm going for a walk.
Exactly. Just narrate your life in English. Or if you're reading something interesting, read it out loud.
Even if it's just to yourself.
Absolutely. It all counts as practice.
It's like we're giving ourselves a little English speaking workout.
Exactly. And what's cool is by speaking out loud, you start to notice things you might not realize you're struggling with, like certain sounds or grammar structures.
So, for someone who's just starting to build this habit, what's something they could say out loud right now?
How about, I'm listening to a podcast about speaking English fluently.
Perfect. Easy and relevant.
Exactly. And, the more you do it, the less weird it will feel. Trust me.
All right, let's move on to habit number 4. Use a speaking partner, or AI. Now, obviously, speaking with a real person is ideal.
Absolutely. But we don't always have that luxury.
Exactly. So what are some other options?
Well, the internet has opened up so many possibilities. There are tons of online language exchange platforms and communities.
Oh yeah, like those apps where you can connect with people from all over the world.
Exactly. You can find a partner who wants to practice English, and you can help them practice your native language in return.
That sounds like a fun way to learn. And what about this AI thing? How can that help us with speaking?
Well, think about it. You have Siri or Google Assistant right on your phone.
Right.
You can actually have a conversation with them, ask them questions, give them commands. It's a low-pressure way to practice your spoken English.
So you're saying that even just chatting with Siri about the weather can be helpful?
It can. It helps you get used to forming sentences and speaking naturally without worrying about making mistakes in front of a real person.
That's a great tip. I know a lot of people feel self-conscious about speaking English out loud, so practicing with AI could be a great way to build up confidence.
Absolutely. And who knows, you might even have some fun conversations with Siri along the way.
Habit number 5 is all about expanding our vocabulary in a smart way. It's called learn one new phrase every day.
This is a game changer.
So what's the difference between learning single words and learning phrases?
Well, when you learn individual words, you're just memorizing their meanings, right? But language is more than just a collection of words.
It's about how those words fit together.
Exactly. When you learn phrases, you're learning how those words work together to create meaning in real-life situations.
So instead of just learning the word happy, we'd learn a phrase like,
I'm feeling on top of the world.
yes. Or instead of just sad, we could say,
I'm feeling a bit down in the dumps.
okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's like learning the whole package instead of just the individual parts.
Exactly. And when you start using phrases in your speaking, your English will sound much more natural and fluent.
So if we commit to learning just one new phrase every day,
That's 365 new phrases a year.
wow, that's a lot of phrases.
Imagine how much more confident you'll feel in conversations with all those phrases at your fingertips.
Okay, so where can we find these awesome phrases?
Everywhere. Movies, TV shows, podcasts, books, even eavesdropping on conversations.
Eavesdropping.
Hey, whatever works, right? If you hear a phrase that sounds cool, write it down.
And try to use it in your own conversations.
Exactly.
All right, habit number 6 might feel a little bit scary for some people. Record yourself speaking.
This one can be a bit daunting, I admit.
But it's also incredibly useful.
Oh, absolutely. It's like holding a mirror up to your speaking,
It's like sometimes we think we sound a certain way, but then we
Yeah.
hear ourselves recorded. And it's like, who is that?
Totally. But that's the beauty of it, right? You can hear yourself objectively and identify areas where you might need to improve.
Okay, so walk us through this habit. How do we do it effectively?
First, just pick a simple topic. Something you're comfortable talking about. It could be your hobbies, your family, anything.
And then just hit record.
Yep. Talk for a minute or two and record yourself.
Okay, I've got the recording. Now what?
Now comes the slightly uncomfortable part. Listen back to it. But don't be critical, just be curious.
I'm curious.
Listen for places where you hesitate, maybe your pronunciation isn't clear, or your sentences sound a bit unnatural.
And then what?
Then you can target those areas for improvement. Maybe practice those specific sounds, or work on making your sentences flow better.
So by recording ourselves regularly, we can actually track our progress over time.
Exactly. And that can be incredibly motivating, You'll start to hear yourself becoming more confident, more fluent, and that's a great feeling.
All right, Habit number 7 is a fun one. Watch movies with subtitles.
This is my favorite way to learn. Combining entertainment with learning, it's the best of both worlds.
But it's not just about passive watching. Right?
No. We're going to do this strategically.
Okay, tell us how it's done.
First, pick a movie or TV show you enjoy. Then, watch it with English subtitles. This helps you connect the spoken words with their written form.
So you can actually see what they're saying.
Exactly. Then watch it again, this time without subtitles.
Challenge yourself.
Yes. See how much you can understand without that visual aid.
And I'm guessing the final step is to steal some cool phrases.
You know it. If you hear a sentence you like, pause the movie, write it down, and try to use it yourself.
Movies are a goldmine of authentic English expressions.
They are, and this habit combines listening comprehension, vocabulary building, and even pronunciation practice. It's a triple threat.
I love it. Okay, habit number 8. Keep a vocabulary notebook.
Classic. But we're going to add a twist to this one.
A twist. Tell us more.
It's not enough to just write down new words. You have to engage with them, make them your own.
So instead of just writing the word and the definition,
write down the whole sentence where you found the word. That gives you context, shows you how it's used in real life.
Oh, I like that. So you're not just memorizing a definition, you're seeing the word in action.
Exactly. And here's the bonus step. Write your own sentences using the new word.
That's a great way to make sure you really understand it.
It is. It's like taking the word for a test drive.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so for someone who wants to start this habit today, what's one thing they could do right now?
Think about a word you learned recently, maybe from a book, a movie, or even this deep dive. Write it down, write down the sentence where you found it, and then try to create a brand new sentence using that word.
Okay, habit number 9 is all about getting out there and using our English. Join English conversations online.
Yes, it's time to take it to the digital world.
So where can we find these online conversations?
Oh, there are tons of places. Think about it. Social media is full of conversations. You can join Facebook groups, Reddit communities, or even just engage in the comment sections of YouTube videos.
So it's like finding places where people are already talking about things we're interested in.
Exactly. And then you jump in and share your thoughts in English.
And it's okay if we make mistakes.
Of course. It's all about practice, remember? And honestly, people online are generally quite forgiving, especially in language learning communities.
I guess it's a low-pressure way to practice, right? You're not face-to-face with anyone.
Exactly. And you can take your time to think about what you want to say, look up words if you need to, and just enjoy the interaction.
Plus, you get to connect with people from all over the world who share your interests.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
All right, and finally, habit number 10, the one that ties everything together. Stay consistent.
This is the key, isn't it?
It is, because we can have all these great habits, but if we don't actually do them regularly,
They won't do us much good.
it's like going to the gym once and expecting to have a six-pack.
Not gonna happen.
Consistency is what really makes the difference in the long run.
It's about making these habits a part of your daily routine, even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
So even if we could only squeeze in 10 minutes of practice, it's still worth it.
Absolutely. Think about it. 10 minutes a day is over an hour a week. That's a lot of practice over time.
It's true. It's like small, consistent actions compounded over time lead to huge results.
Exactly. So my challenge to everyone listening is this. Pick just one or two of these habits that resonate with you and commit to doing them every single day, starting today.
I love that challenge. So, fun of learning? That's our deep dive on 10 daily habits for improving your spoken English.
We've covered a lot.
We have, from thinking in English to shadowing, speaking out loud, finding a language partner, and so much more.
And remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making English a fun and natural part of your daily life.
Exactly. So, which habit are you going to start with today? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome language learning tips.
And before you go, take a moment to think about which habit felt the most challenging to you. Is there a reason you're resisting it? What's one tiny step you could take tomorrow to make it a little easier?
Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your fluency goals. So keep practicing, keep experimenting, and keep having fun with English.
See you in the next deep dive.
Bye, everyone.